What's up everyone? So for today's video, this is kind of different from most of my videos in the past few months or year. Kasi ang tagal ko na talagang hindi nagawa to, and this time, I'm gonna be answering some of the questions that you've asked when I posted on my Instagram story. So when's the last time I made this? Parang ang tagal na ata. When I checked all of my videos, it seems like I was able to make one way back 2022 ata. But of course, before we're gonna start, make sure that you already subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more updates about me, especially with my vlogs. And of course, don't forget to like this video if you were somehow satisfied, or kung hindi, you can just comment down below. So, let's go! So how long did you have your braces done, and what's the reason behind why you decided to had it done? I don't know if I was able to answer this one on my video where I had my braces removed. Yung time kasi when I went to Toothpick Dental Clinic. Tama ba yung yung name ng clinic ni Docket? Patay tayo dyan. Oh yes, it's Toothpick Dental Center. Yung unang crown tooth ko natanggal. And good thing, when I was scanning around the Facebook, that's when I found Dr. Kent Indanao, who is orthodontics and at the same time a dental cosmetic surgeon. I messaged him, and that's when nagpaset ako ng appointment sa kanya. As for the braces naman, that's the time when I spoke with him to talk about the braces and how much yung cost and how long would it take. Since he was already assessed my set of teeth, so kailangan lang talaga yung sa baba, which I have a very crooked teeth. So, naisipan kong magpa-brace. And it took me 2 years na after natanggal siya. And when it comes to, how do you call it, the retainers, paminsan ko na lang siyang sinusuot. Kasi minsan bothering din kasi siya. Pag nasa bahay ako, yeah, I do wear that. Minsan naman nakakaligtaan ko, but overall, it's still okay. Pero yun nga, tiis muna ako for 2 years before I have this good set of teeth. And also, I don't forget to have my dental cleaning every 6 months para at least to maintain my overall dental health. So if you're here in Davao and you wish to look for Doc Kent Indanao, I can just put the Facebook page dito sa gilid, or I just put the link in the description box para at least you can just message him directly and inquire about things like that. Any tips as a working mom, which could also be applied to single working moms out there. When it comes to being as a working mom, ang pinaka-importante talaga is the time management. When it comes to time management naman, first things first, in my case you have to set priorities when it comes to work, to household, to finances, and of course, the quality time. The another thing that you have to consider as well is to find a job na very flexible sa time mo sa anak mo. In my case kasi, I have like 2 days duty and then 2 days off, then so on and so forth. The good thing about that, yung schedule ko, is that I can give my time to my child. Kasi kung hindi ka talaga makakahanap, the only last option is maghanap ka talaga ng work from home setup. As for the house naman, I need to do a schedule if I must, kasi given that I have a shifting schedule may times na I'm in an AM shift, I'm also in a night shift, so that's one thing na kailangan kong gawan ng schedule para at least I know what to do on the days na off ako. And if in case na may kailangan akong gawin, like some errands that I have to settle sa downtown or do some grocery run, ganon, at least nalilista ko siya. And that's when I have to do it in a weekly planning basis. It depends sa inyo guys kung ano yung gusto nyo Kasi sa akin, I'm much more productive if I do it weekly. Kasi nakikita ko talaga yung mga bagay na kailangan kong gawin within that week. And that includes yung schedule ko sa trabaho. And of course, yung mga days off ko, ano yung mga pwede kong isisingit dito. Also, as a working mom, isa sa mga natutunan ko talaga, after I gave birth to Lily, is you really have to put self-time as part of your priority list. Bakit? Kasi bilang as babae minsan nakakalimutan natin alagaan yung sarili natin kasi nauuna yung mga anak natin. We always have that in our mindset, but one thing na hindi natin nanonotice is we tend to get burned out all the time. You have to take care of yourself first. before you also help the people around you. Have you experienced employment gap? How did you feel those gaps? From the time I decided to get married, doon nagsimula yung employment gap ko because I decided to stop working. Kasi nga, yung nasa utak ko na, okay, kailangan kong magpahinga because I deserve it. It's for my mental well-being, ganito, ganyan. But, you know what? I realized something on those years na dapat pala sana I should have done something. Kasi, ang hirap na parang you always feel like you're kind of behind from other people, especially your batchmates at school. Then, sabay pa tong social media, no, na nakikita mo yung mga kasamahan mo na they already achieve in this achievement, mga ganun, they were able to go somewhere, ganyan. Minsan napapaisip talaga ako na ano ba talagang plano ko sa buhay? And that's when I have a down moment in my life. During pandemic, yun, na-realize ko na parang kailangan ko na talagang mag-work kasi na-feel ko na talaga sobra yung boredom. Especially that my husband is not with me. And imagine nung pandemic, diba? He was in Katiil, ako naman is here in Davao City. And I cannot cross immediately to the other side of the border because dahil nga sa mga restrictions. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to go back to work during pandemic is because I've already felt the employment gap. I was able to get hired and you know what? I felt like everything's new to me. Good thing na lang, I was able to catch up. Kasi kung hindi mo talaga i-catch up yan, my God, parang matatameme ka talaga. And don't tell me you're gonna have to cry at the side, diba? So, you really have to catch up or else wala. Wala talagang mangyayari sa'yo. Don't give up. If you feel that you need to take a break, yes, it's okay. Pero not too much, like kagaya ng ginawa ko. Kasi, you know, most of the professions that we take, especially in healthcare setup, it's like you need to learn it every single day. It's a infinite learning, kumbaga. And if hindi mo siya napapractice or like hone that skill, it will really get blunt, ganon. But of course, except naman yung time nung nanganak ako. Because although I did work for 9 months and then I didn't expect I'm gonna get pregnant on that year. And I just found out during the time na my father died. So, yun, I took my leave just to focus with my daughter. And that reached like 2 years din, no? Mga almost 3 years din pala. But then, hindi ako nagsisi kasi that's a different story. How did I feel those gap? Well, simple. Nag-apply ako. Siguro kung hindi ako nabuntis after noon, I would still go applying for job. You know, in every job that you apply, hindi naman talaga lahat ma-accept ka. Most of them are gonna reject you until such time that there will be one job that is waiting for you. Learn to accept. Kung sakaling ma-reject ka man, move forward, apply ulit, and then once you got the job, be thankful about it. Always remember that adulting is quite hard, and the only way for you to appreciate life is to go on. So, just keep forward. If hindi kaya, just take a break. Then, stand up, move forward. Next, what are the things you enjoy that you're now in 30s? I find to enjoy doing grocery or palengke hacks. When was the last time ba na I did a short video about it? Parang last 2 years ago pa ata na maliit pa si Lily eh. But you know what, na-miss ko din yun na gumawa ng palengke run. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do that sometime. Isisingit ko din yan sa schedule ko to make a palengke run since I've been doing grocery runs most of the time, and I guess the last time I did was along with Commander D. So, yeah, why not give it a try, nafe-feel ko na yung feeling na lagi kong nakikita si Mama before na naglilista ng mga kailangan bibilhin, and then mag-grocery kami together, ganon. And then, I've already experienced the feeling, yung anak mo na kahit na nakalista ka na, your daughter will just get something and then lalagay niya sa pushcart mo. Ganon, yung mga ganong moments, it's kinda a bit annoying paminsan. Natatawa na lang ako in the long run kasi I also experienced that before when I was young. Another is laundry. Yes, my God. Parang adulting na talaga yung na-mention ko, guys. Yes, doing laundry. Like to stay in the laundry shop, waiting for your clothes to dry or to be washed. To the point na napag-isipan ko din talagang bumili ng washing machine sa bahay. But since our house that we stayed lately is pretty quite small, so hindi ko pa siya naiisip sa ngayon to buy or to do impulsive buying about it. Another thing is looking on those appliances. Just ko, nako, kung siguro malaki lang yung bahay na tinitirhan namin ngayon, I will never wonder na I'm gonna be getting appliances. Since I'm already in my 30s, medyo mas mabusisi na ako when it comes to skincare. Yon, skincare din. When it comes to travel naman, ako talaga mas prefer ko yung schedule trip. Kasi, you know naman that I'm already currently working. That way, mas more, I feel better. Parang, mapifeel ko na talaga yung tinatawag na vacation. So, next question naman, life-changing hacks that change your everyday life. For me, the top 3 that I would consider is, number 1, social media detox. You notice naman, this past few months, and even last year na hindi talaga ako ganun nag-upload because I need to do social media detoxing. If I feel so overwhelmed, yan, isa din yun. Natatahimik ako na biglan lang ako natatahimik, guys. Biglan lang ako natatahimik. Also, another life hack that really helped me a lot, is tracking my expenses. Me, before, I don't tend to track my expenses. I hate to admit that. But when I saw Commander D doing that, na-realize ko na, ay, oo nga pala, it's really important, guys. Kasi, especially if you're working, since yung salary natin is kind of fixed, yun, kailangan mo talaga siyang itatrack, especially pag, let's say, may mga utang kang babayaran. Naku, napaka-importante yan. Kung hindi mo siya matatrack, mahirapan ka na namang maghanap ng pera, and that would really lead you to get a loan. Diba? Guilty tayo dyan, friend! So, it's really important to track your expenses as much as possible. When it comes to tracking expenses, it's up to you guys if you really want to write it down or put it in your preferred app. Ako naman, there are times kasi na nakakalimutan ko. So, I have my own notes. Actually, this is my weekly planner, this one. I just write it, something like that, mga ganon. I just use a red pen and then put it sa vacant slot on that day. Then, after nun, I'll just put it in my app, which is the one I've been using lately is the Money Manager. So, not sponsored yan, guys, Yan yung isa sa mga favorite ko na finance tracking app. Ano yung mga expenses ko, especially now that I'm also dealing with the household expenses, so kailangan ko talaga siyang i-track from time to time. The third one that I would say that this is a life hack for me that changed my everyday life is doing a double cleansing. When it comes to me time, double cleansing, for me it's kinda a good life hack. As for the skincare pala, the double cleansing, I'm gonna make a separate video of that on how I do that and what are the products that I've been using. How is Davao City experience as a first-timer visitor? Hopefully not a tourist trap in some aspects. Growing up here in the city, there's already a big difference. From the time that I went to Manila before, one thing that I've noticed that's really different from the city, from Davao City, is that, well, I hate to admit that there are some people, especially taxi drivers, I've had a bad experience about that in Manila, where they really chunk off, even me as a Filipina, like the same co-Filipino chunk me up for a big amount of money to pay for that service or that taxi fee, where in fact it's just a few kilometers away. Imagine I'm just still in Pasay City just to go in Mall of Asia and he just charged me a big amount of money. Imagine that. But of course, having that scenario, it's kind of hard work to send a report. Because you know what, I felt like I've been cheated on to think na I'm just a Filipino as well. And why do you have to do that, right? That's really a turn off moment for me. And I would say here in the city, that's something na I'm kind of proud of it. From the time that you're gonna be at the airport. It's up to you if you want to go for a Grab taxi is over there, Grab car is also there. You can just use your phone and find a taxi for you. Or if you want to go for a taxi, there's a lane of taxi on the side of the road. That's inside the airport na ha. And if in case that this taxi driver will get a ditch on you, you can immediately report them. That's really the good thing here in the city. Something that I would also say that I'm proud of my fellow people here is that if you ask something, let's say the location or where is this place, you know, they're gonna help to assist you. Well, we have a lot of bars here. We also have good hotels here with a good service. If you wish to try our fruits here, we have food stalls where you can just go there and feel yourself. Yeah, everything's there. You can just message me if you wish to visit here. Do both of you and Commander D planning to give Lily a sibling in the future? Well, since Lily is getting 4 years old na rin, ano, actually, we already have plans with Commander D na to have another sibling for Lily. But to tell you frankly, on my case, well, the reason is here. Being a mom is really kinda tough. And I know a lot of moms could relate to this. Physically, wala akong problema eh. Because when I gave birth to Lily, I gave birth to her via normal delivery. And I'm proud of it. Ang isang problema ko lang talaga at that time was when I found out that I was pregnant. That's also the day that my dad died, diba? That's the time when I would say that my mental health really fucked up. And na-notice ko na yan siya after I gave birth. From the first 6 months of taking care with Lily, and especially with my postpartum health, ano, I would really say it's all fucked up. My God, ang hirap. I cannot control my emotions. And I've always feel so down. So, at that time, that's when Commander D advised me na to seek help. And yeah, I did. It took me 6 months, mga 5 to 6 months ata yun, to do the self-help therapy. And it helped me a lot. And maybe that's the reason why na medyo mentally side, kinda a bit hesitant pa ako. Kasi ang hirap mag-alaga sa anak mo na hindi ka pa fully and 100% prepared. But now, I would say I'm getting there. Both kami ni Commander D, we're just finding the right timing, ganon. Pero you know naman, getting pregnant is not a perfect timing. Depende din yan. We're not closing the doors. And I'm looking forward na, you know, to have one someday. You're gonna be surprised one day. Only child lang ba si Anselm? So, he's not an only child, by the way. So, he's the eldest among the 3. And they're all boys. Hi, Ate Nel. How do you handle po sa household while at work si Commander D and you also, Ate? Sensya, I need to close this one kasi yung sun is already facing towards me. So, na-try ko na talagang i-adjust to. Ayan. Ayun. Pwede na siguro to. So, going back about how to handle the household while wala si Commander D and also me as well. Before kasi, when I didn't have a work, masabi ko talaga na I do manage my time at home. So before I start my week, make sure ko talaga maglagay ng mga things to do. I write it down, I do brain dumping. Yun yung isa sa mga ginagawa ko. So I do some brain dumping. Tapos, after brain dumping, ina-arrange ko yan siya sa weekly planner ko. Minsan nakakalimutan ko yung notes ko eh. I also put that on my phone. So, I just keep on checking my reminders kung ano yung mga dapat gagawin ko within that day. And then, if ever hindi ko siya na-achieve, that's the time na isisingit ko na siya on the next couple of days. Ang pinaka-importante ko talagang i-consider is the time schedule for Lily's meal. Especially yung oras niya dapat maligo, oras niyang mag-nap, oras niyang kumain. And then, oras din matulog sa gabi. I hate to admit that there are times na hindi ko talaga siya 100% ma-achieve because we're not perfect naman, diba? Pero the good thing about making plans kasi is at least you know on what to do on that specific week. Now that I have a job na kasi, before kasi, pag day off ko, I just have to finish all the chores here sa bahay before I'll fetch Lily sa kabilang bahay. But now that I have already a nanny ni Lily, so yung mga responsibilities ko, especially yung mga oras niya magkain, matulog, like to take a nap rather, mostly alam na ng nanny ni Lily. As for sa household na kasi, we help together. In fairness din naman, ang bait din naman talaga ni Ate Evelyn. So, that's when yung workload ko medyo nalilesen. It's more of about balancing your household, ano. So, kung vacancy Commander D, he does that sometimes. Do grocery run. Pag busy talaga ako, lalong-lalo na if like sunod-sunod yung schedule ko because sometimes I do cover duty eh. So, he does the errands as well. Unlike before talaga na ako lahat. So, I have to plan it every week. Also, my tip, choose appliances or mga gadgets for your convenience. Example, vacuum cleaner than using a broom. Kasi if you're using a broom and you have a lot of dogs, naku, matatagalan ka talaga. Yung mga simple gadgets talaga that could really help you to ease up your household time. Very helpful talaga. Go for it talaga, guys. You're so blooming, ate. Uy, thank you. Any beauty tips as a mom? When it comes to beauty tips, siguro I would really answer this one further in a separate video. Kasi pagdating naman sa beauty tips, parang hindi naman to paiksian. But, sige, eto na lang. I'll just have to highlight lang the most important. Then the rest, I'm gonna put it in a separate video. So, number 1 is beauty tips. Always hydrate your skin. Kasali na dyan yung mag-inom ng tubig, putting some lotions. Make sure yung lotion nyo, like yung purpose niya talaga is to hydrate your skin. It's really important kasi to hydrate your skin para at least hindi siya very prone sa fast aging process. Then, double cleansing is also very helpful kasi it also help you to exfoliate the dead skin cells and as well as to remove those mga bad bacterias and to have a good cleansing to your skin. Another thing is kung saan kahiyang, stick to it. Huwag kayong papalit-palit kasi it could also ruin the skin barrier. As much as possible, stick muna. Kung nakita nyo na hindi na siya hiyang sa'yo, that's the time you have to switch to another skincare. Lately kasi, there's also one thing that I incorporate too. As much as possible, sweat out. Siyempre, doing exercise could really help to improve the circulation of your blood. Ganun lang. The rest siguro, I'm gonna share that one further na sa next video. So, this is the last one. How do you edit your vlogs? What camera video editing app you use? I like how you make yours. Uy, thank you. This is quite a bit lengthy to explain, ano. I might gonna make a separate video for this one and how I do step by step. What camera I use, what video editing app that I use, para at least you have some idea. I guess I've answered most of the questions that I've mentioned, except for the last 2 questions kasi I've mentioned that I'm gonna be making a separate video for that. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching to this video. I know this is quite a bit lengthy. I'm trying my best to keep it quite short and simple, but so that at least it won't be too hard for you to understand. If you have more questions, more suggestions of what content I've been making aside from vlogs, just comment down below and I'll be happy to read it. And yeah, that's it. See you on my next video. Thank you so much.